I want to give you an overview tour of the Getting Started with Team-Based Learning course. Here on the home page, there's a short video you can watch to get oriented to the course. Further down the page, you can see there is a link that you can take to buy the book. The book is required. It's part of the readings to complete this course. You can go to this page and you can buy the book either in paper, ebook, or both. Down the left-hand side, you'll see a menu of helpful items. If you're viewing this on a tablet, this menu may be missing, and you notice that at the very top there's the three horizontal lines. This hides the menu, and on a tablet viewing this course, this is the default way the page loads. So you'll click on this to get to this menu. So let's go down the menu items and review each one. First, the announcements. This is a page that you will visit every time that you come to the course, because this is where we will keep you informed daily by making announcements that alert you to tasks that we're hoping you will complete, readings that you should be working on, videos that you should be looking at. When you get into the course at the beginning, you're going to want to take a look at the syllabus, and if we'll click on that next link, the syllabus, you can see that there is an online syllabus here that describes everything from the technical details of the course to the organization of the course. There is also a printable, downloadable version of this syllabus. In the next link, modules, is the real meat of the course. And if we click into modules, you will see there are a series of modules. Now there's 4 modules that are the core of this course. But there is an important module at the beginning that you will review. You'll step through each one of these items. You'll read this, you'll complete the work, and you can notice that there's a next button here, and so we can work our way sequentially through each module. Once you've completed that Getting Started module, then there's the 4 course modules. These modules have a similar format and rhythm, and if we look into this first one, each module begins with an introduction, then there's a reading, a video, a bit of a self-check where you can answer some multiple choice questions to make sure you understood what you need to understand from the readings before you begin the next step, which is the worksheet, the application assignment, and finally at the very end of the module, we post our work and then discuss it with our colleagues. I want to click through each one of these so you get a flavor of what the modules look like. So I'm going to click into the introduction to module 1. So there's a page to review here. It talks about the worksheets that are going to be required in this module, and it gives you some idea of the amount of time that you'll need to spend to complete the module activities. You can see at the bottom there are these 2 navigation buttons that I can move forward and backwards through the module. So let's click on Next. That brings us to the reading assignment for this module, and you can see for this module there are 3 pieces of reading, 12 pages, 3 pages, and 3 pages. There's links to the articles, and it points you to where in the TBL, the Getting Started with Team-Based Learning book, you're going to need to look. Again, this can be paper or ebook for the Getting Started with Team-Based Learning book. Again, we see at the bottom of this page, once we've completed our readings, there's this next button we can click on. And this takes us to a video for each module. These videos really try to cover everything the book doesn't cover. So it's a lot about how is this going to feel in the classroom? What are you going to need to be thinking about as you move forward in this module? And I click on the next button, and this is where you can do a self-check. This is where I can interact with a few multiple choice questions and see what I retain from the readings and if I have everything that I need from the readings. These are optional, but they can keep you on track to make sure that you understand what you need before you proceed with the worksheets. Again, you can see there is a next button at the bottom that I will click. And this brings us to introducing the worksheet that will be used for this module. You'll also see that there's a example worksheet. So what I've done here is I've completed a worksheet that shows you what you might put in the various sections. There's a very short video on each one of these application assignment pages that introduces you to the worksheet and gets you organized to understand what you need to do in each of the sections of the worksheet. Finally, at the bottom of this page is instructions on how to submit your worksheet. Now you have to submit your worksheet twice. You have to submit it once to the instructor and once into the discussion forum. We do this so that in submitting it to the instructor, we can have a much more candid conversation privately between student and teacher, so that we find that sometimes when we put them in the discussion forums, we have to be careful what we say, and we want to have sort of both kinds of feedback possible here. So you're going to submit it to the instructor, and you're also going to post it in the discussion forum. You can see there's a submit assignment button at the top here is how you're going to send it to your instructor. On the next page, though, is your access to the discussion forum, and this is where you're going to post your work for your colleagues to look at. And you'll see down at the bottom there's some helpful links. How do I reply to a discussion post? How do I post my worksheet? And also a page about making my discussion comments most useful. It gives you some prompts to think about when you look at someone else's work, what are you going to say? So that actually completes that first module. And if we go back, you can see that we've moved through the introduction, reading assignments, a video, a self-check, the worksheet, application assignment, and finally that discussion forum. Each module does close with a have a question discussion forum. So if at any point you have any questions, this is a place you can put them. You can also email your workshop coach directly. Each one of these modules has that exact same rhythm and pieces. At the very end of the course, there's a workshop wrap-up, and this is where we get to say goodbye and you get to complete the workshop evaluation. And finally, at the very end, there is access to other resources. When we leave this course, I will give you a URL to a permanent web page that you'll be able to access many of the course resources. Thank you and good luck.